You zip your bag and feel that sweet pre-trip confidence. Headphones packed, liquids under the limit, shoes easy to slip off. So you're good, right? Not quite. Airports tightened screening this year, and the items getting people pulled aside aren't the obvious ones. They're the, how could that be a problem? Things hiding in plain sight, powders that look like baking supplies, water bottles with secret compartments you didn't know existed, camping bits that double as tools, even a common medicine cabinet staple that trips up seniors at checkpoints more than anything else. In a few minutes, you will know how to get through with zero drama, how to keep your expensive gear from getting flagged, and the one silent rule about overstuffed carry-ons that can cost you at the gate even when your bag technically fits. Keep an eye out for two threads weaving through the whole trip. Transparent beats opaque and labels beat guesswork. Those two ideas will save you again and again. Oh, and we'll close two open loops by the end. The medicine cabinet gotcha and the secret band that isn't printed on any sign. Powders and baking mixes. Picture yourself inching forward in the security line while a screener tilts a plastic tub of green superfood and frowns. The problem is simple. Powders can look like trouble on scanners, especially when they're dense, unlabeled, or packed in one big container, so your wholesome pancake mix, flour, protein, or electrolyte blends can trigger extra checks and eat your boarding time. The move is to get ahead of it. Keep any single powder container modest in size, portion what you need into small zip pouches or travel jars, and stick a quick label on each so you're not relying on, trust me, it's matcha. When you reach the bins, place powders apart from everything else like you would a laptop, and be ready to explain in one friendly sentence what each is. That tiny bit of transparency, literally and figuratively, becomes a running advantage, and it sets up a win for your next potential snag. 2. Smart luggage batteries. You roll up with this sleek, smart suitcase that can track itself and top up your phone. But the hitch is the battery lurking inside. If that pack can't be removed easily, some airlines and checkpoints treat the whole bag as a no-go because spare lithium batteries belong in the cabin, not the hold. Your action plan is simple. Confirm that your bag's battery pops out tool-free, pull it before check-in if you're asked, and keep the battery in your carry-on so it's accessible to crew if needed. While you're at it, give your bag a pre-flight once-over. Zip down any expansion panel you don't absolutely need. Detach dangly accessories and take a quick photo of the bag packed flat. That bag selfie becomes a useful callback later when we talk about a quiet crackdown on overstuffed carry-ons. 3. Reusable bottles with hidden compartments. You breeze through with a reusable bottle because you emptied it. But the curveball is design. Bottles with stash bases, pill sleeves, or opaque double walls can read like concealment and invite a bag check you didn't plan for. Your fix is to keep it boring in the best way. A clear, single-chamber bottle with no secret space, empty at the checkpoint and refilled after. If you love a bottle that has a detachable storage pod, snap it off and pack that pod separately so the bottle itself looks straightforward. Notice the callback. Transparent beats opaque, and it beats surprises too. Make that choice here and you'll save minutes you can use to grab a real meal before your gate, which matters because the next loop is where food becomes friction. 4. High-capacity power banks and laptop bricks. There you are, balancing a latte, while your gate app eats battery, and you're proud of that giant power bank, until a screener squints at the label and can't find the watt-hour rating. If staff can't confirm capacity, the device can be pulled, and oversized packs may require airline approval or be disallowed entirely. Your action is to check the label at home. Watt hours are usually printed, but if not, multiply volts by amp hours to get a number you can quote confidently. Keep power banks and spare batteries in your carry-on only, never in checked bags, and tape over exposed terminals on spares. If your laptop brick is actually a battery pack with ports, treat it the same way. Do this right, and you'll glide past the charger pileup. Perfect timing for the next curveball that catches families off guard. 5. Toy weapons and lookalikes. A neon green plastic blaster, foam nunchucks from a costume, a superhero figure with a tiny removable blade. The scene seems harmless until it hits a busy checkpoint, where anything that mimics a weapon can set off alarms, stall the line, and force you to surrender the toy. The simple hedge is to rethink carry-on toys, skip weapon-shaped props entirely, or pack them in checked luggage if they absolutely have to travel. If a kid can brandish it in the aisle, assume it's a bad idea in the bin. For collectible items, detach troublemaking accessories and store them separately, so the main object looks boring and benign. It's another moment where design cues matter. Clear, simple, and label-friendly wins, because the outdoorsy version of this problem is up next. 6. Camping gear and tent stakes. You're flying to a national park with a tidy bag of ultralight gear, and the snag is how multi-use pieces read as security. Tent stakes look like spikes. Tiny stove adapters are sharp metal parts, and any fuel or pressurized canister is always a hard no. Your playbook is to split the kit, ship or rent the sharp or specialized bits at your destination. Bring the soft goods with you, and put anything that could be mistaken for a tool in a clear pouch with a descriptive card, so screeners don't have to guess. Never bring fuel, flammable liquids, or sealed gas in your luggage. They'll be removed and you'll lose time. Solve it this way and you'll protect your trip budget and momentum, which you'll need for the most personal loop of all, the one lurking in your medicine cabinet. 7. Medication mix-ups and name confusion. Grandma's sleep aid in a weekly pill organizer, an anxiety prescription in a generic bottle, an over-the-counter allergy tablet with a similar name to a controlled substance. None of this is a crime, but mismatches between pills, labels, and traveler IDs can force extra screening and, in rare cases, confiscation until things are verified. Your action is preventative. Keep medicines in original containers with your name, bring a photo or paper copy of the prescription, and pack a short note from your doctor if you're carrying something that's easy to misunderstand or restricted in some countries. If you use a pill organizer for convenience, carry the original packaging in the same bag so staff can match names fast. Declare liquids like cough syrup before they're scanned, not after. Close loop 1. This is the medicine cabinet gotcha, and you just neutralized it with the same 2 ideas, labels and transparency, that keep paying off in the next loops. 8. Grooming gadgets and hidden batteries. Your electric razor, toothbrush, or hair trimmer seems routine until an older or off-brand model hides an unlabeled lithium cell inside, leaving a screener to choose between holding your bag or letting an unknown battery fly. The fix is to bring models with clear battery markings or removable cells so staff can see what they're dealing with. If your device is critical, pack a simple backup, a manual eraser, a disposable brush head, so a surprise check doesn't derail you. Keep small electrics in your carry-on rather than checked luggage, coil cords neatly, and avoid a cable bird's nest that looks like improvised electronics on a screen. This neat, accessible packing style becomes a visual green light for your bag and sets you up to win the next round, where lunch, yes, lunch, can be the thing that slows you down. 9. Foil-wrapped food and opaque snacks. You finally did the smart thing and packed a sandwich, but wrap it in foil, and you have created a scanner-opaque mystery block that begs for a secondary search. Every minute an agent spends opening and rescanning is a minute you're not walking to your gate. The move is to go visible. Use clear containers, zip bags, or parchment paper so layers scan cleanly and separate sauces or gels to avoid a liquids tangent. Keep cutlery simple, no metal knives, and skip novelty containers shaped like grenades or cartoon canteens. Notice the callback again, transparent beats opaque. That same idea pulls double duty in the next loop, where powders and scent raise questions for cultural or spiritual items. 10. Incense, herbal powders, and ritual items. You tuck incense cones, herbal blends, or a small pouch of sand for a ceremony into your carry-on. And the problem is how unlabeled, fragrant, or powdery items appear in a busy checkpoint. They can be mistaken for flammables or unmarked substances and set off a long series of questions. Your action is to package thoughtfully, place items in sealed, see-through bags or small jars, add simple labels in plain language, and bring a brief note or printout describing the item if it isn't obvious by sight alone. Pack them where you can reach them and declare them with the same calm tone you used for your medicines. This is the 3rd time those 2 themes, labels and visibility, save you time, which matters because our final loop closes the second open promise, the quiet rule that bites travelers at the gate, not the checkpoint. 11. The silent overstuffed bag, Crackdown. You measure your carry-on and even weight it, yet a gate agent still eyeballs those bulging zippers, the jacket looped under a compression strap, and the avalanche of chargers clipped to the handle. The issue is that fits the sizer on paper isn't the same as fits the sizer when overexpanded, and airlines increasingly send swollen bags to the hold or charge a fee on the spot. Your counter is easy and powerful. Pack to the dimensions you can actually maintain. Zip close any expansion wedges. Put tech and pillows inside the bag rather than dangling. And remember the earlier callback. Take a photo of your bag fully zipped and flat at home so you know what compliant looks like before you leave. Do a quick test fit in a homemade sizer, cardboard or tape outline on the floor works, and give yourself 5% margin so you're never arguing at the jet bridge. Open loop 2 closed. That's the secret band travelers feel but rarely see written down. You just turned a bag of potential red flags into a frictionless carry-on by doing the same 2 things across the board. Make what you're carrying easy to understand at a glance, and choose packaging that scans clearly. Powders portioned and labeled, a smart bag battery that pops out, a simple clear bottle, a power bank with an obvious watt-hour label, kid gear that doesn't look like weapons, camping tools shipped or rented, medicines in original packaging with a quick note, grooming gadgets that explain themselves, food in see-through containers, and cultural items sealed and labeled. You can feel how each small choice removes a point of friction. We close both open loops. The medicine cabinet trap goes away when you match pills to names, and the silent overstuffed bag crackdown fizzles when you pack flat and zip down expansion. If this helped, take 30 seconds to set up your travel kit. A handful of tiny labels, a clear bottle, 2 food containers, and a pouch for tech and meds. Next trip, you'll breeze through with 0 surprises. And if you want to follow up on airport lounge hacks or the simplest jet lag reset, say the word and we'll build that playbook next.